Alright, so we're ready to start up again. So you got home, and a lot of the people passed away, huh?
Yeah.
You tell the story. You had a dog, right?
Huh?
You had a dog.
Dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he remember you when you came home?
Huh?
Did he remember you when you came home?
Oh, he was dead by that time.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah. It was before I went.
Okay.
I had the dog. Yeah.
So I have a question. Did your brother, did Joe, was he in the war?
Oh, he was too young.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all we want to talk about the war. Okay, today is Saturday, August 4th, and we're going to continue with Bill's talking about World War II. So, last time we talked about the time when you were in Holland, in the cold where people froze to death, and then you were a hero at one point. You captured some British or some German soldiers. Why don't you talk about that?
Oh, I didn't capture them. I was looking out the window of this. My buddy, he lives in Toronto. I can't remember his name. Anyway, he was looking out the window and he was pounding on it like this. And he was pointing at the street. And there were German soldiers standing there. Yeah. I had a pistol in my pocket. I don't know whether I had the pistol in or after. I don't know if I had a pistol or not. Let's say I didn't. I didn't have a pistol. But I start walking towards them soldiers, them German soldiers. Fortunately, for me, they were shooting, I'd been dead. But we walked together back toward the infantry were. Yeah. What I didn't know was that officer, that German officer, was not leading. He was captured. These German soldiers were sick and tired of war, and they took this. That's where the gun was. The little guy handed me the gun after the infantry took over the prisoners. There was only 6 of them. Only took a couple of our guys. They'd already quit fighting, so the little guy handed me the gun that he had on the officer. What it was, a mutiny. Yeah. And handed me the gun he had on the officer. And he told me, "You understood, didn't you?" I always tell everybody he had a Brooklyn accent. But he talked good English, nice plain English, you know. So I didn't talk to That's about all I heard.
When was this? Where was this? Did this happen in Germany or was this in Holland or France?
Huh?
Where did you capture these guys?
The wrong words. Where did these guys surrender?
Yeah, where did they surrender?
I can't remember now. It's too long ago.
Okay. Well, anyways, so you went through Holland,
Yeah.
and then you ended up in Germany, right?
Yeah.
And that's when the war ended?
Yeah.
So what were you doing in Germany when the war ended?
We just doing what I always do. Look after that gun. And then by this time there's only 3 of us on the gun. You're supposed to have a crew of 6. So we had half a crew. Ike Weeb and Lou Papp and Bill Tobicoe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so then what were you doing the day the war ended?
Well, I'm getting to that.
Okay.
So, when we took them back to our guys, and when there was a rumor about Germany surrendering, and the day it surrendered, I was standing out in front of the gun with my axe in my hand, and had some little bushes in front of it. You know, you can't shoot at something with a 25-pounder. You couldn't shoot through a bunch of bushes that close, because the shells would hit those bushes and explode, and you kill yourself. That don't make sense. So I was gonna cut these little bushes down and shoot the guys. We thought they were German prisoners in it, and they weren't prisoners yet. We thought they were Germans in it. We were gonna shoot them out of these houses. And the speaker buzzed. I pushed the thing down. Don't forget, I was in the infantry. I didn't have to carry anything. Just had heavy ammunition. I'd ordered a lot of that, but yeah.
So
Yeah. Go ahead.
no, you go.
The little guy, he was a couple inches shorter than me, maybe 5. And he gave me the pistol, and he said, "You understood, didn't you?" I did then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so after Germany surrendered,
Yeah.
what happened?
They just surrendered. That's all. Don't.
And did you stay in Germany or did you go back to Canada?
Huh?
Did you stay in Germany or did you go back to Canada?
Oh, I volunteered. Don't forget, the Japanese were still fighting when this happened. I volunteered with him. Take with the guy's name. Anyway, he was a Chippewa Indian from up north, somewhere along.
Well, no, you were talking about that you volunteered to go to where the Japanese were still fighting.
Yeah.
And then what did you do then?
Boys waited in camp until they come along and send us home, send us back to Canada. And we had to get ready to go fight the Japanese, right?
Okay, yeah.
So that's what happened.
And so where were you? So you never went to Japan, right?
No. No. I got home 12 days before I was 21. So all the stuff I did in the war on the continent of Europe, I did it when I was 20 years old. 2 weeks short of 21, and I was home. Yeah. Yeah.
And then, where were you when Japan surrendered?
I was just going back to Petawawa, the artillery camp, way up north. And I went off. I got thinking about something else.
Okay, so you were getting ready to go up to the artillery camp.
Yeah. Yeah. I was standing on the corner of Young Street and Queen Street in Toronto with a guy named he had a name, one of the guys in our, I'd say Bill Dawson, that was it. Bill Dawson. I stand there with Bill Dawson. I only just met the guy. He told me his name. Told him mine. And on that big board that the newspaper put on their building, flashed, and it said, the Japanese have surrendered. Yeah. And I told Bill Dawson, looks like we're out of work. We lost our job. The war's over. Yeah. So I had to go to camp anyway. And they sent me back down to Long Branch, which is a place near Toronto. And I spent the winter there keeping the stoves going in the building. In the springtime, they come along, hand me the big thing. It was my discharge. They said, there's a guy sitting out in front in a Jeep, one of them closed over Jeeps with a windshield and everything, you know. They make big Jeeps now, but they were just beginning to. He said, there's a guy sitting out there in his Jeep. He's going to Hamilton, and they know that's where you live, and he's waiting for you. So get your butt out there. I didn't have nothing. I just walked out there, got in his car, and away we went. From Toronto to Hamilton.
And that was that, huh?
Huh?
And that was that.
Just about it, yeah.
And then and then you went from Hamilton to Hagersville?
Yeah. 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 All of my our old timers were all gone by that time. By that time, Uncle Gus and them guys. Yeah.
And your mom died during the war?
Huh?
And your mom died during the war?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did they tell you about that?
Oh yeah. About a month later, I got a letter. That's when they told me.
Mm-hmm.
The people in the offices got so many things to do, they kind of don't miss it when they got 100 corpses every day.
Okay, here we are. It's August 2nd, 2018. And so yesterday we were talking about your experiences in World War II.
Yeah.
And you were talking about how you were in Cairns. And then you started to go across France. What were in you told the story about how you met one of your relatives, Uncle Joe or something?
No, Uncle John.
Uncle John?
Yeah, Uncle John.
Why don't you tell that story?
Well, I was walking down the road, and the crossroads like this. I was walking down this road. Uncle John was over here, 400 yards. About. He was in the artillery, the same as me. I did not go to see him, much to my regret. I did not go to see him.
Why?
But I had to do something else, and we got in our truck and we just drove away.
And you didn't want to get shot at crossing the road.
Huh?
And you didn't want to get shot at crossing the road.
Yeah. Yeah.
He can't see you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then you went across France, and then you ended up in where? Belgium?
You ended up in Germany.
Well, before then you were up in Belgium where it was cold?
Yeah. Well, Belgium.
Or Netherlands or someplace?
Holland.
Yeah, Holland, okay.
And Germany.
So what happened when it was cold up there?
Oh. You do everything you can to stay warm. Yeah. we looked for little buildings. I was in the artillery, remember? We're not shooting at you, we're not with rifles. We're shooting them big guns, 25 pounder. That's the size of the shell, 25 pounds. So you shoot them where the enemy is. Yeah. Well.
So you were talking about, you've told the story about how you were in this one house when it was real cold and you ended up making a fire or something?
Yeah. Trying to think of a house with fire. Is that the place where the guys froze?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, talk about that.
Yeah, we were in this little shed, and all the boards were sunken, were rotted off on the bottom, but the posts were there, and all two other walls were there. It had a door in it. We got in there, leveled out the floor, put our camouflage nets down on the floor, make it, and pulled out our sleeping bags, crawled in them, and we had a little stove made out of an ammunition pot, and had a little chimney up close to the boards, far enough away where they wouldn't get burned. And we crawled in there, laid down, put stones on the fire on top of the stove, and heat them up, put them in our sleeping bags, keep our feet warm. I do that here. I go like this. See my feet?
Mm-hmm.
Warms them up. And I rub myself here, and heat comes out of it. No friction causes heat. Well, that's what I do yet.
And so what happened when you guys survived okay, but other people did not?
Oh yeah. Well, we were in that little house that I told you about already, and about 400 or 500 yards away, there was a bunch of Canadian soldiers there. We didn't know they were there. It was so dark, you couldn't see nothing. So when they come and found them the next morning, they were all frozen. They froze to death. They hauled them out in trucks. I saw them pull out with the trucks, because we had trucks too, you know. So they pulled them out and went back with them to the line, back wherever they go. Yep. Cemetery.
You told another story about Glenn Miller.
Glenn Miller. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. just played his band. That's about all.
No, you were on guard duty.
Huh?
You were on guard duty?
You were?
You were on guard duty the night he went down? Not today, John.
Yeah. Okay. We'll end this today. We'll do some more tomorrow, okay?
Yeah. Never know where you're gonna find one of them.
What, you tell a funny story about, what the English used to say about you Canadians.
Oh, I said it about everybody.
And what was that?
Just, we were savages.
Oh.
So,
Is that just because you were Army or because you were Indians?
because I was human. They called the other Englishmen savages too.
Not enough, John.
We never got discriminated against or anything.
Okay.
Oh yeah, people say you dumb Indians, you know. Didn't know how to build a house. Lived in them teepees. Couldn't have been right, 'cause I never did live in a teepee. I lived in big houses.
So what kind of job did you have in the Army?
I was an artilleryman, like Uncle John.
And so then you trained and then D-Day came, but you weren't involved in D-Day, were you?
No, I weren't. It was about maybe 4 weeks later I went to England, went to Germany, went to France, near a city called Cannes, Caens, Cannes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they had a big battle there, right? A lot of airplanes.
Huh?
Were you there when they had all those airplanes come over?
Oh yeah, 1,000 of them.
What was that? Where were you? What did that sound like?
It was, I was a couple of miles away. They flew over where the German army was. They dropped all them bombs. By the time they got done, we Americans, it was in the American sector. When the Americans advanced, a couple of days later, there was no German army there. It was all killed off. And a few on our part of section too, but not many. Don't forget, we had them planes, you know, them fast airplanes. They could shoot up a convoy pretty darn quick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. They called advance across Europe the Big Red. You know that big red flag I got hanging in by my door in my room?
Uh-huh.
That's why. The Big Red.
And so because you were in artillery, you got to ride a lot, right?
Yeah. Well, you can't pull them guns without a truck or tractor. They were trucks. Made special.
So because you were behind the lines, you didn't see a lot of action then, did you? Or did you?
No, we didn't see a lot. We got shelled a couple of times. I saw they had 100 guns, maybe 300. Had this big high hill. They figured the Germans were there, so they put on a barrage. Yeah, and then you could see the flash of a light when them shells exploded. I think I remember a flash of light. I'm not sure now.
You okay?
Yeah.
Time.
All right. This is good. We'll come back again and do this again tomorrow when you're doing a little bit of. Okay. Now I want to start asking you some questions about the World War II.
Yeah.
When did you guys join? When did you join the Army?
I was 19. I was quarter of an inch short of 6 foot. I was 19 years old. I weighed 147 pounds.
So when 19? So you joined the Army in 1943?
Yeah.
So before you joined the Army, the war was already started, right?
39.
Started in 1939, right?
Huh?
Before you joined the Army, the war was going on for a while, right?
Yeah.
Were any people from the tribe involved before you got in?
Oh yeah. That Max I told you, cousin Max,
Uh-huh.
he got killed in the war. Him and Norman Henry. And his brother, Max's brother, Elliot disappeared. They didn't know where he was. Come to find out, he was in the prisoner of war camp. He said, one day I walked around, Bill. He told me this when we were in England. One day I walked away from the camp and I met this lady, Bill. And I lived with her for a whole year. So he said it wasn't all bad.
So were they involved in that the raid on Dieppe?
Dieppe?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where they got captured.
So people from the tribe were involved in that?
Yeah. Well, Max got killed. Elliot told me when we were in England, he was dead all right. I saw him laying on the beach. He never saw Norman Henry. Never saw him. I never saw him either.
So then you joined the Army in 1943.
Yeah.
Where did you guys train?
A place called Petawawa. It's way up north.
Was it just people from the tribe, or did you just get involved with everybody from the Canadian Army?
Got involved with everybody.
And then you went to England, right?
Right.
How did you get to England?
Queen Mary.
Why don't you talk about that a little bit? Was that So you went to England on the Queen Mary.
Came back on it too. And
Okay.
carry, I think 12,000 people.
Where were you? Where did you sleep and everything? Was it on the deck or was it in a room?
Going over, I was in the room. Coming back, I was on the deck. But it's only a couple of days, so it never even got cold. I had a blanket and my clothes, heavy clothes.
Uh-huh. So when you got to England, what did you do?
Well, first they put us in the camp. Can't remember the camp now.
What town was it in? Or what part of England?
Between London and what's that port on the coast of England?
Dover?
What?
Portsmouth?
Dover.
Can't remember.
So how long were you in England then?
Well, they invaded England. What? In June. And I was there another month, and I went 20 days after the first invasion.
D-Day.
Yeah, okay. Let's go back a bit. Before D-Day, you were in England and you were in the camp.
Yeah. Sheffield Park. I remember that.
Okay. And so how long were you in, when did you get to England? You joined the army in 1943. When did you get to England?
1943.
Not very long after.
So you were in England then a few months, right?
Yeah. Almost a year.
Uh-huh. Did you guys just stay in the camp, or did you get to go out into the country?
Oh yeah, went all over the place. I went to Edinburgh. I went to Dunfermline. Dunfermline was a little town across a little creek from Edinburgh. And I went over there and they had an ice skating rink. Actually, being a Canadian, I went ice skating.
Well, that sounded pretty good.
Oh yeah, it was not dull. And it wasn't dangerous.
Not then.
Not much. When you're in the war, every place pretty well dangerous.